I think web designers are interested in using a service where they believe the service provider understands them to a certain extent. I think they want to see that the provider actually cares about good design. And they're going to align themselves with a provider that sort of understands their mentality. So we really wanted to have the new SolarVPS website and the solar system Retina compatible because Mac generally tends to be the platform of choice for designers, and more so these days people are working on laptops and mobile devices. And I've got myself a Retina, and it's so nice to be able to see that site optimized that way, and just makes the experience more pleasurable for a person who's got a high DPI display like the Retina MacBook Pro. Yeah, we're actually working on something right now for the site called responsive design. Back when I was coding and developing, it was the norm to go through every single platform that you had, every single browser that you had. Back then it was pretty much Internet Explorer, and way back then it was Netscape. But Firefox, and then when Safari came around, Opera, just getting out there and testing as many different browsers on different platforms as you could. Mac and Windows were obviously the most important, and if you had some time, you looked over Linux. Nobody really paid any attention to testing things on mobile devices because nobody really browsed the web on mobile devices. That's all changing now, of course. iPads are a huge portion of web traffic. Android tablets are starting to become very prevalent with the release of the Nexus 7 and other Galaxy tabs that Samsung is putting out. And it's really important, I think, to have a website that looks great to somebody who's visiting, whether they're chatting with your sales agents, whether they're placing an order, or whether they're just checking you out. I think it's really important to do that. So what responsive design does is it actually reorients your website based upon the size of the window that you're viewing it in. If you're holding a tablet like the Nexus 7 vertically, it's going to be different than if you're holding an iPad, which is still going to be different than if you're looking at, looking at it on your laptop or your desktop computer. So responsive design really sort of will shift around graphical elements, will change the size of things, and will make your website look good to pretty much anybody who's browsing it, from the smallest phone display all the way up to a large desktop screen.